New Year's Eve is, of course, a night filled with celebration. The sound of fireworks rang out through this El Mirage neighborhood like it did in many across the valley. But there was a sound of something else in this neighborhood last night as well. The sound of gunshots, not fired at someone, but up in the air. And it created an incredibly dangerous situation for everyone who lives here. The sounds on New Year's Day in this El Mirage neighborhood south of Thunderbird Road and Grand Avenue starkly different than those heard just the night before.
We're just enjoying our backyard, for our New Year's, and all of a sudden we just heard a bunch of bullets, and we were like scared because they got to come down.
George and Connie Lopez saw a half dozen El Mirage police cruisers park in front of their home, officers approaching the couple about their gunshot detection systems, picking up multiple gunshots fired near their home.
I just came out with my hands up and I said, it wasn't me.
The officers' focus turned to their neighbor, identified as 69-year-old Guadalupe Alvarez. In his backyard, they found 8 spent shell casings, 3 handguns, 2 rifles, a shotgun, and hundreds of rounds of ammunition also found in his home. Their investigation revealing Alvarez was firing a gun in the air with little care about where the bullets would land.
I was just praying, because I know those bullets got to come down. So that's why I was just praying, either it was me or my husband.
Alvarez was arrested on a felony charge, discharging a firearm within city limits. But that crime wasn't always a felony.
We heard about the Shannon's Law, and it's, very important to our lives.
Connie and George know the name Shannon Smith, a 14-year-old girl who lived in Phoenix back in 1999, when on one June night near her home at 2nd Street in Pasadena in central Phoenix, a bullet fired from over a half-mile away came down and struck her on top of her head, killing her. Her parents advocated for harsher laws on this dangerous behavior. Laws now landing Alvarez in the Maricopa County Jail. What emotions does that bring up, knowing that she lost her life in this way?
It was sad for her parents, her family, her brothers. She's never going to grow up and be a mother, married or nothing.
A woman inside Alvarez's home declined to comment on his arrest. Right next door, their neighbors call him a good person who made a mistake. On their front window, a sign showing they are gun owners themselves. This incident reminding them of how important it is to use them responsibly.
You have a gun and you have to, you're going to use it. You shouldn't be using it. Only, for protection of your family. But other than that, you should not be using that.
In El Mirage, Sean Rice, 12 News.